and welcome to the toughest quiz on TV. We've got two fresh teams, and if they fail to do well, I'm sure there'll be much gnashing of teeth as they try to eat a sandwich in the Only Connect green room. But no, I'm confident that once again we'll have a dazzling performance with contestants so fast they make other quiz show punters look like tortoises forced to carry a heavy load for a bet. I shouldn't say that. It's cruel, and simply serves to give ITV2 a new idea for a game show. What I should say is let's meet the teams. So, on my right, Holly Pattenden, a classics graduate with an MSc in global politics who sings second soprano in the Bach choir. Gareth Price, a magazine editor and history buff who can converse in German, French, Swedish and Polish. And their captain, Dom Tate, an associate editor with a BA in English literature and an MA in international cinema, who's a goalie for a seven-a-side football team in North London. They're all professional publishers and editors. They are the Scribes. So, Dom, you've got a fairly academic heavyweight team there. How did you decide who'd be captain?
It wasn't particularly democratic, I have to say, but it possibly stems down to the goalkeeper's secret desire to play up front once in a while. So, here I am.
And do you feel like you're the one who's got the most breadth of knowledge for quizzes?
I feel like I'm the one who really likes hitting the buzzer, and therefore I'm perfectly placed for it right here, so...
Excellent. Well, I hope you'll be hitting the buzzer regularly throughout the evening. Let's see who you're playing. On my left, Anthony Edwards, a keen bridge player who plays tuba with the York Railway Institute Brass Band and has a PhD in mathematics education from Loughborough University. Neil Zussman, a data analyst with a degree in maths who can read Hebrew and has represented the UK in the World Puzzle Championships. And their captain, James Hall, a maths graduate with an interest in Renaissance music who can recite the first Harry Potter book in its entirety from memory. United by a passion for puzzles, they are the Ciphers. That's a useful skill you got there, James. How did you acquire that?
Well, we had a recording off the radio. It was broadcast. And I used to fall asleep listening to it when I was about 12. And it stuck with me, unfortunately. Or fortunately, depending on how you view it.
I know exactly what you mean. I used to be able to do that with Jennings. That's what I listened to going to sleep. Mr. Carter got on the bus. Do you still read Jennings these days?
Certainly did.
Excellent. Very glad to hear it. Let's hope for your sake it comes up. But we won't know what's going to come up unless we play round one. Teams, I simply want to know what is the connection between four apparently random clues. Ciphers, you won the toss. You'll be going first. Which Egyptian hieroglyph appeals to you most?
What do you think, Neil?
Lion, please.
Lion.
Lion. OK, you're going to get picture clues immediately. What's the connection between them? Here's the first.
Ballot paper, mark with a cross. You can spoil them. Next, please. Check. That's a checkers. Draft. Could be draft. It could be check. You put a check mark.
Yeah.
Should we go with the next, please? That's a fin. A shark fin.
There's too many to be a chessboard. It's 10 by 10.
So it's just 10 seconds.
Next, please. Tie. Not cross.
3 seconds.
What do you think? Checks? Checks.
That is not the connection. So, Scribes, you have a chance of a bonus.
Are they styles of shirt? Check, fin, X. The famous X shirt.
You're both very seized by the check, aren't you? How would the others be styles of shirt?
That's an excellent question. Black and white is a style of shirt.
Black and white is not a style of shirt. That's just a description of a shirt.
In which case I give up.
What if I were to tell you that these pictures represent pole, check, fin, tie? They are descriptions of nationalities. It's all about what they sound like. Pole, check, fin, tie. So no points there. Scribes, it's your turn to pick a question.
Horned viper, please.
OK. What's the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
OK. There must be something that happens with it. But next, please. Every 10 years. Yes, it's every 10 years, isn't it? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Driving license 10 years. 10 years, yeah, it is.
And but the poet laureate, is that changed recently?
It's changed, yeah. It used to be for life and now it's for 10 years.
So you're happy for me to pass?
Yeah.
OK.
Yeah, go for it.
Are they things that happen every 10 years?
They are things that happen every 10 years. You didn't even need to see the next clues. Ober Ammergau, Passion Play and the UK Census. Very well done. Did you fill in the census?
Yes.
Did you do it honestly?
As far as I could, yeah.
I didn't. I always lie about my age on principle. I once reported the theft of a mobile phone to the police and they asked for your date of birth. I was so offended I took 12 years off. That'll show them, I thought. I never got the phone back. Very well done. Coming in after 2 clues, you get 3 points. Back to you, Ciphers, to choose a hieroglyph.
Ant.
Water, please.
Water. What is this connection? Time starts now.
I don't know what ideas. Next, please. Alien resident of 100 Acre Wood.
100 Acre Wood is when he followed, so obviously it's not when he
It's Wall. It's Wall. Are they take the name of something and swap it around, swap the letters around to get a name?
We should go for
Should we say next, please?
10 seconds.
Is it definitely W-I-L?
It's definitely Wall. Yeah.
Just do anagram.
There's something where the name has come from a more general name. So the alien resident of 100 Acre Wood is Owl, and that's actually Wall. So the name is an anagram of what it is.
They are not to do with anagrams. I'm sorry about that. Scribes, do you want to go for a bonus?
Yeah, they are the very creatures themselves, is their names. So Holly Golightly's flatmate is a cat called Cat. The resident of 100 Acre Wood is now called Owl. The monkey is the knitted sidekick of Johnny Vegas, and it's a monkey, etc.
And Columbo's basset hound is Dog. Very well done. You were close. It was to do with the names, but it's just that these creatures are named after what they are. Cat, owl, dog, monkey. Let me ask you this question. Based purely on your knowledge of children's literature, if you could have a 4th member of a quiz team, would you choose an owl or a badger?
I'd choose an owl because they're always portrayed as wise, and also they probably smell less.
I think you're probably right. I mean, it's not about the smell, because many great quizzes are not fragrant. But, you know, the owl, I feel, is the one that would have the general knowledge, whereas the badger, it's a more general wisdom, isn't it, advice? Although both would be great at Triv, I feel confident. Bonus to you, then, Scribes, and a chance to choose your own question.
Let's go for Eye of Horus, please.
Why not go for that? What is the connection here? Time starts now.
Plus 1 minute. Is that kind of... Oh, is that the break in between? Well, next, please. Plus 10 centimetres. No, I don't think you can't have a penalty of 10 centimetres in the vault, but it's something... next, please. Plus... yes. Is it the extra amount when a man is doing it?
Okay.
I think it is, yeah. OK, we think this is the extra amount of time or distance or weight that's put on when a man is doing it as compared to when a woman is doing said Olympic event.
You're exactly right. It's the differences between men's and women's sports. You didn't need to see lacrosse, -2 players. Men get fewer players. Let me ask you this, Holly. Do you think that's fair, that women's sports are easier, that they have more players or less time or less weight?
Yes.
I think so too. Some people say it's sexist. I think in women's sports there should be armchairs provided and cups of tea. I think that should happen in all sport, to be honest. It's not a gender issue. Right, Ciphers, another chance for a question. Which would you like?
Twisted Flax, please.
The Twisted Flax. What is the connection here? Time starts now.
I think they do. Next, please. Pretentious Pode. Prose. Pretentious Prose. Next, please. What's a heliotrope? It's not a very nice 9-letter word.
I don't know. It's similar to a kaleidoscope, I think. It's light.
Yeah.
Let's go for next.
Next, please.
10 seconds.
They were stained when they did it.
Stained. Stained? Yeah. They're all stained.
I'm afraid they are not all stained. I think you'd have a problem with the second clue to get that. Scribes, a bonus chance?
We think it's the colour purple. All of those are purple in some sense.
It is purple. You were thinking of the Iraqi voters' fingers. They were stained purple to prevent double voting. The heliotrope is a purple flower, pretentious prose described as purple prose, and the curtains in The Raven are purple. Not quite, I'm afraid. All right, Scribes, there's one question remaining. The 2 reads... Aha, you might have been expecting that sound because we haven't had a music question yet. This is it. What's the connection? First clue coming in now.
I'm happy. It's Clint Eastwood. OK, next, please.
Once I had a husband, oh, you know the sort of chap. I met him at a dance, and how we came on with the
I mean, it's probably going to be animals or actors anyway. But shall I go to the next one? Next, please. Barbara Streisand. So it's isn't it? Or named after famous people, yeah. Named after famous people, and if you want more specifics, probably actors.
I'm delighted with the extra specifics. They are songs named after actors. What did you hear?
Clint Eastwood. Barbara Streisand.
The second one was...
I'm not sure.
Have a guess.
It certainly wasn't Grace Kelly, but maybe that's the fourth to come.
Grace Kelly would have been the fourth one, actually. Marilyn Monroe was the second, so very well done to you. That means at the end of round one, the Ciphers have yet to score. The Scribes have got 9 points. On to round two, then. I feel confident you're going to catch up here, Ciphers. I'll be wanting to know what is the fourth in a sequence. There are still 4 clues, but you may only see 3 of them before giving me an answer. Which hieroglyph would you like to start with?
Horned Viper, please.
The Horned Viper. What is the fourth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Is that a novel? Don't know where it might be. Next, please. Halloween.
So, that's October 31st.
It's going to be All Souls, All Saints, which is first.
You just go last night, the last day of September or something like that.
I think we can... Next, please. Yeah. All Souls Day.
Your 0 points have curved nicely into a 2. It is All Souls Day, and it's the 30th of October to the 2nd of November going forwards. Well done. Excellent. Scribes, your turn.
Let's go for Twisted Flax, please.
Twisted Flax. What's the fourth in this sequence? Here's the first.
But I can't think what it is. Next, please. Are these the highest peaks either in the Peak District or, in fact, in England, possibly?
It's such a Welsh-sounding word.
No, Helvellyn's in the Peak. Next, please. Oh, OK. Oh, that's annoying.
So is it the UK, then?
Or is it imagine some pike in the word?
It's got from... no, well, that wouldn't be a sequence, would it?
10 seconds.
We might have to give something like Snowden. I mean, I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, it must...
Or I could try...
3 seconds.
Snowden.
I'm afraid that's not the answer. I can tell from the tone of your voice you didn't really think it was. Ciphers, do you want to go for a bonus?
Ben Nevis?
That's not it either. Ben Nevis and Snowdon are the others in the National 3-Peak Challenge. What you want is the third, Scafell Pike. These are the highest mountains in England in ascending order, and higher than Scafell Pike. To you then, Ciphers, to choose a hieroglyph.
Eye of Horus, please.
The Eye of Horus. What is the fourth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Could be anything. Next, please. Game of Chess, White goes first. It's not a sequence, is it? Number of squares on the board, is it 7? Next, please. Beehive is queen. Game of Chess has 2 queens. There have been 3 queens in Monarch of the something with 4 queens. What's got 4 queens? Anything with 4 queens.
10 seconds.
We want something with 4 queens, so a simultaneous game of chess with 2 boards.
Oh, goodness me, that's very complicated. I'd have said a pack of cards. But you're absolutely right, something that has 4 queens. A beehive has 1 queen, game of chess has 2 queens, unless you're playing several simultaneously on a lot of boards. Do you often do that?
You get sort of games where a grandmaster will play a whole school at once and will have 200 boards going. He'll just walk along and make a move.
Well, in that case, it's a far simpler idea than a pack of cards. Monarchs of the UK, 3 queens. Why not Elizabeth I? Why doesn't she count?
She was not a monarch of the UK.
Yeah, she was monarch of England only.
Because there wasn't a UK, it wasn't formed until the reign of Queen Anne. So Anne, Victoria and Elizabeth II, Her Majesty, would be monarchs of the UK, 3 queens. Well done for the points. Scribes, what would you like?
Let's try water, please.
OK, what's the fourth in this sequence? Here's the first.
These treaties. as well.
It's in Lisbon, that's the most recent.
Is it? Do you want... Oh, let's definitely go for the next one. Next, please. Is that still correct? Because I don't think that is a treaty.
I think it might be.
Okay, well, next, please. Are you still happy
These
with
are
that?
old treaties, maybe.
I think you're going backwards.
Was it
Treaty of
Versailles
Rome
or something?
Or Rome?
Rome.
The first European one.
Yeah.
Could it be good?
It could be, it could be.
Are you happy with that one going forward?
Yeah, I am, because it's not
You are
forward.
too, so I'm going to go Rome.
Yeah.
5 seconds.
Rome.
Not the answer. So it's a bonus chance to you now, Ciphers.
Versailles.
That's not it either. Why did you say Rome?
We were thinking it's some kind of treaties, but going backwards in time.
They are major EU treaties, but they're going forwards in time, and next after Nice would be Lisbon. So close, but no treaty. Back to you then, Ciphers, to choose a question. What will it be?
Lion, please.
Lion. OK, what's the fourth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Next, please.
Say anything characters. Like they follow.
Yeah, that is what right. But what's the sequence? Rodrigo Red too.
So it's next.
Yeah.
Spanish.
Next, please. It says leaders of the IMF. I don't know who the current leader of the IMF is, unfortunately. I should.
10 seconds.
I know his name.
What nationality is it?
He's French. No, I think he's French.
You've got 3 seconds.
Louis Lebleu.
Funnily enough, that's not the answer. Scribes, do you know what it is?
Is it Christine Lagarde?
It is Christine Lagarde, and why is that?
Heads of the IMF.
Heads of the IMF. We did initially think Rodrigo Rato was Ronald Rat in Spanish, but we've since changed our minds.
No, you are right with what you said first. They are managing directors of the International Monetary Fund, and after the controversial Dominique Strauss-Kahn, Christine Lagarde. Well done for the bonus point, and you get a question of your own now. It'll be the 2 reads. They're picture clues. What would you expect to see in the fourth picture? Here's the first.
That's Indira Gandhi, is it? OK. Next, please. Golda Meir. Is this it could end in Thatcher, couldn't it? Sort of leaders of... the female leaders of countries in order of the next female... I better go for the next one. Next, please. Is that Bandra Nike? No. Who is that? OK, we've got a bit of a problem.
10 seconds.
Could be. I mean, I should probably go for Thatcher based on her being an extremely famous female.
3 seconds.
Perfect. Margaret Thatcher?
Margaret Thatcher is the answer. Tell me your thinking.
It wasn't particularly good thinking, in all honesty. We recognised a variety of female leaders of countries, and we were wondering about a particular order, but we hadn't worked out the order. Indira Gandhi is first, then Golda Meir. We're not sure who that is. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf?
No, the third one is Elizabeth Domitian of the Central African Republic. They are female prime ministers in chronological order going forwards. And I think you mentioned Bandaranaike about that third picture. They're the first female prime minister of Ceylon, but these are second to fifth going forwards. But you get the points for saying Margaret Thatcher. Well done. The scores then at the end of round 2. The Ciphers up to 4 points, but the Scribes are ahead with 12. Time now for the joys of the connecting wall. And if the programme just isn't interesting enough for you, why don't you watch something else? Or play along at the same time as the teams on our website. That'll make it much more exciting. Scribes, your turn to go first, and you have the choice, lion or water?
Lion, please.
OK, the lion wall, you've got 2.5 minutes to solve it, starting now.
OK, parts of a pig. Not that I know the other lines. Bunk, tripe and nonsense, these all mean the same thing, don't they? As does cobblers and rot, so maybe leave that for now.
OK, blank free.
Free verse, blank verse. Nonsense verse, narrative verse. OK, so that takes one of the nonsenses out, so maybe I should go for rot, bunk, tripe, bilge, and cobblers is the other one in there, so... If I just try this for a bit. There
Yeah,
we go.
so now we've got the bits of the...
I think lights are part of a pig.
Chitterlings, lights, brawn and tripe.
Okay, but
or
what's this?
liver.
Blackpool, Pontypool, Welshpool, Liverpool?
Yeah.
So we happy with
Yeah.
that. So these are
Pools,
parts of
yeah.
a pig,
Yeah.
and those are going to be followed by pool.
Yeah.
And they are also geographical areas.
Well, that was quick. You solved the wall. Very well done. 4 points immediately then for finding the groups. Let's talk about the connections. Narrative-free nonsense blank.
Types of verse.
Types of verse, that's all it is. Rot, cobblers, bunk and bilge.
They're all things that you say when you don't believe someone.
Oh, yes, I suppose so, yes. They're all synonyms for... I was hoping you'd give me another word.
Nonsense, but it's there, so...
Nonsense will do, rubbish, but yes, they're synonyms for each other. Chitterlings, brawn, tripe, lights.
Offal.
Yeah, parts of a pig for the explorative eater.
Well, they are awful. All my brother's favourite things. He'd have them for breakfast every day if he possibly could. And the last one, liver, Welsh, black, Ponty.
Pools.
Followed by pool to make a geographical area or town.
That's exactly what it is. So you get the 4 points for the groups you found, 4 more points for the connections, a bonus of 2 for getting them all right. That is a maximum of 10. Very well done. Time to bring back the Ciphers, see what they can do with the connecting wall. They're going to get the water wall, 16 different clues, still needs sorting along the same principles. Hello again, Ciphers. Water wall for you. You've got 2.5 minutes to solve it, starting now.
Okay.
Steaks. Rump steak,
Rump,
chuck steak,
sirloin steak.
chop.
Slap steak, perhaps. Let's try a few. Thin flank might be a steak. I'll keep trying steaks.
Okay.
Look at other things.
Bear bone.
Things you can have in a cupboard, perhaps broom, skeleton, skeleton, not skeleton.
Ah, that's Helen's Skelton. Oh, they're British medal winners.
Skeleton, funnel,
It's not Funnel, is it?
Whittaker.
Mayor.
And
I don't know, try some
I'll
others.
try some
Long.
others.
So
Keep
funnel
going.
gets narrower.
There we go. There must
Right,
be
so then
which spellings.
steaks.
Rump, chuck, sirloin.
Long steak or broom? Try a few.
Well, I mean, thin flank must be a steak, I think. But I think we've tried some of these already. I don't want to...
Convention
It's a
centre.
group of people. So it's drum,
A clod of
a
earth.
kick drum.
A slap
By the time of drum.
A long shot, a slap shot, a chop shot.
Thin flank. There's a steak. Have you done all the steak ones?
Well, there are so many.
Okay.
There's,
Yeah, we don't know
it's-
which. We have one
Convention, broom, chop, bare bones, long.
You're about halfway through the time.
Clod.
Bare bones argument. A bare bones?
Long
What's
is,
bare bones?
Yeah, bare bones is in one word. I don't know what that is.
You have a sort of bare bones
Chop
sketch or
suey?
something.
Chopsticks. Drumsticks.
Drumsticks, chopsticks.
Broomstick.
Slapstick.
Right.
Okay, so we've only got 3 left. The steaks potentially are rump, chuck, sirloin, and thin flank, but I've definitely done those.
Have we tried long steak?
Yes.
Yeah, we have.
Bare bones, convention.
Clod.
Clod of earth.
Convention. By convention. Conventional argument, bare bones argument.
Yes. Types of arguments.
I'm not
Long
sure.
argument.
Clod argument. Rump argument.
Rump is part of a...
30 seconds.
If we have these 4, then we've still
We've
got
still
4
got some steaks,
potential.
haven't we? Let's try those. No.
What about a cod steak then?
Instead of which one?
Instead of chuck.
A rump argument?
Along... well, let's try a couple, because we've only got a few seconds left.
So I'd go for these 3.
Okay.
Go on then, go.
10 seconds and you've solved the wall. Very well done. That was dramatic. Just in the nick of time. 4 points then for the groups. What about the connections? Tell me about the blue group.
Skelton is a Blue Peter presenter. I don't know if you have a 3
Yeah, go for
Yeah, Blue Peter presenters.
I'm afraid not. They are show jumpers. Yes, we're looking for Nick Skelton, Ben Mayer, William Whittaker. Actually, there's a whole Whittaker family in show jumping, and William Funnel. Show jumpers. Slap, broom, chop, drum.
Stick.
Can follow them by stick. And the pink group, rump, convention, bare bones, long.
They're the types of argument, aren't they?
Yeah, let's go with types of argument or types of putting information forwards.
And would a rump argument be what follows when a woman asks, does my bum look big in this? They're actually not. These are 17th century parliaments. Parliaments that came and went in the 17th century, the bare bones parliament, and so on. And the last one, chuck, clod, thin flank, sirloin. they are cuts of beef. Yes, clod, a shoulder cut. That was the one that you struggled with a bit, the more obscure one. But well done. So that is 4 points for the groups you found, 2 points for the connections, giving you a total of 6. Let's see how that leaves the scores. The Ciphers are up to 10. The Scribes are ahead with 22. And if you'd like to play a connecting wall, you can do so on our website, where you can even write your own. But we're going to play the missing vowels round. You'll be glad to know the first group are all obscure lines from Harry Potter. Of course they're not. I'm just very impressed with your skills. Go on, James, how does it start?
Mr. and Mrs. Dursley of number 4 Privet Drive were pleased to say they were perfectly normal. Thank you very much.
Lovely. Are you a Harry Potter reader, Dom?
No. It spoiled it for me now, though.
Yeah.
OK, round 4, the missing vowels round. Fingers on buzzers. The first group are all bread products. Scribes?
English muffin.
Correct. Scribes?
Focaccia.
Correct. Scribes?
Mezzo.
I'm afraid that's not right. You lose a point. Ciphers?
Mutzer.
It's mutzer. Next clue. Ciphers? Too long, I'm afraid you must lose a point. Scribes?
Irish soda bread.
Yes, it is. Next category, family relations. Scribes?
Daughter-in-law.
Correct. Ciphers?
Great-grandfather.
I'm afraid that's not it. Lose a point. Scribes?
Great-great-grandfather.
Yes, it is. 2 greats in there. Next clue. Ciphers?
First cousin twice removed.
That's it. Next clue. Scribes?
Half-sister.
Correct. Next category, legends of baseball. Ciphers?
Joe DiMaggio.
Correct. Scribes?
Hank Aaron.
Correct. Scribes?
Mark McGower.
I'm afraid that's not it. Lose a point. Ciphers? Too long. It's Mark Maguire. Next clue. Scribes?
Yogi Berra.
Yes, it is. Next category, famous flower paintings. Ciphers?
Water lilies.
Correct. Scribes?
Irises.
Correct. Scribes?
The hibiscus tree.
Correct. Ciphers?
Carnation, lily, lily, rose.
Correct. Next category, angry young men. Scribes?
Kingsley Amis.
Correct. That last clue was Alan Silito wrote The Loneliness of the Long Distance Runner. But that is the end of the quiz. And after a bit of a nail-biting round 4, the Ciphers up to 13 points, but the winners with 31 are the Scribes. Very well done. You're through to the quarterfinals. Ciphers, sorry to lose you. You've been a lovely team and displayed all sorts of excellent outside skills that we always love to see. But it's goodbye for now. Thank you for watching, and we go our separate ways once again. But as in any complicated relationship, I'm confident we'll be back together soon enough for another half hour of awkward fun, which leaves one side smug and satisfied, the other empty and regretful. Until that dubious reunion, goodbye.
Reversing through history here on BBC4 as Time Shift looks back over the era of the iconic British sports car. From the Sprite to the Herald, E-Type to the Midget, the gems of motoring are stripped bare next. And then from the perfect Prefect and the stylish Anglia to Gene Hunt's favourite, the Cortina. Ford's Dagenham Dream at 10. Stay with us.